Hey there everybody, how's it going? Nice to see you again. Thanks for coming out. Beautiful day for photography when the rain quits, but it's been off and on. It's tinkling a little bit now. I'm using XS10, not exactly weatherproof. The 10 to 24 f4 is, however. So we got that going for me. I'm liking this scene back here, right over here. So I'm going to do something with that in a minute here. I'm pretty excited. I got some new paper today. Evidently Hahnemühle is got a natural range of papers. And one of the papers they've got is a hemp paper. It's 60% hemp and 40% cotton. And the hemp, the trick there is the hemp fibers are actually whiter. So the paper achieves more of a white without any optical brighteners, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to give it a shot. It's a, I think it's a matte paper, but I'm curious to see how it prints. It has some really great archival qualities, and it tests really well on the archival qualities. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. One of the things I want to talk about also is I've used EVFs and DSLRs now for quite a bit, interchanging back and forth between the K1 Mark II Pentax and the Fuji X-T4, X-T3, XS10, etc. Mirrorless cameras, X Pro 3. And you know, I think I've come to some conclusions which I wanted to share. I don't think there's much of a difference. And what I mean by that is I wouldn't choose one over the other. When I'm shooting a DSLR, I love shooting the DSLR. When I'm shooting a mirrorless camera, I love shooting the mirrorless camera. I prefer the DSLR for composition. It's easier, the viewfinder's clearer. It's easier for me to compose a photograph on a DSLR. And I prefer the EVF for pretty much everything else except for composition. The what you see is what you get is really nice for things like exposure and stuff like that. And when there's bright sunlight out, it's a lot easier to see all the information on the EVF than it is to see the back screen on a DSLR. So there is that. But having said that, really honestly, I know it's a huge demarcation point. You've got DSLR or mirrorless, unless you get like an X Pro 3, but there's not much in it. It's 6 of one, half dozen of another. In my opinion, neither is superior or better than the other. One does one thing better and the other does other things better. So it really, you know, it doesn't really make much of a difference. The one thing that the DSLR does also is it makes the cameras bigger. So your mirrorless cameras tend to be a little smaller. So there is that. But honestly, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. And personally, I tend to grab the Fujis more than I grab the Pentax, but that's more of a preference thing and a size and a weight thing, and not really an EVF thing. So there, you know, that's where I'm at with that. So I'm going to shoot this behind me because the rain's starting to come down. I'm going to switch over to X-T4 and I'll show you what this shot looks like. Somebody said in one of the comments, weather sealing doesn't matter. Yeah, I think it does matter. It's raining right now, and it's not enough to make me run for the car, but it's enough that when you stand out here for 5 minutes taking photographs, your stuff gets soaked. And what an odd combination. The XS10 is not weather sealed, but my 10 to 24 is, and on my X-T4, which I was just using, it's weather sealed, but my 18 to 55 isn't. Go figure. I mean, Fuji needs to get their act together. I mean, it's been 10 years now. Let's update all the lenses to be weather resistant, okay? I'd appreciate it. So there is that. The only thing I'm really missing is the 18 to 55, and the 55 to 200 is not weather sealed. but I can always use my WR primes, which is nice, but I don't have them with me today. I guess I should have packed those. The XS10's not weather sealed. There's a real argument to be made for having two XT4s. So, and I just like new gear anyway. So I'm rambling. Thanks for coming out. Like, subscribe, hit the bells. That was subscribe. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Mostly subscribe and like. I'd really appreciate that. That would be awesome. Thanks so much. Have a great one. We'll catch you later and we'll see you out here. Bye.